welcome back to another episode. We're up in New York City for a con, and we're here with Mike Choi to do an interview on his all-track. So, hey, Mike.
Hey. So my name is Mike Choi. I'm from New York City. I have a 92 all-track in teal color, and I've lived in New York City for the longest time. So, and I'm actually the only one that I know in this area that has an all-track that I drive fairly daily.
Oh, wow.
So,
do you have any other all-track owners up here that you ever get together with?
There's one guy, Corey. He's got a red one way out on Long Island. It's been a while since I've seen him. He's really into racing. Go-kart racing and road racing.
Okay.
And then there's another guy, Marlon. He's got a red one out in New Jersey. I see him often, but he only brings his car out to meets. So.
Oh, okay, okay.
and for me, I actually drive my car, you know, almost daily, like as a daily, and track it and autocross it.
Okay. So how long have you had this car? When did you get it?
I've had this car since 2003. Okay. So that's over 12 years now.
Yeah.
And actually, I bought it from a former MR2 owner and friend. When I had two MR2s at the time. Yeah. So that's how I knew about this car. I knew he had the car. Yeah. And I saw it at me. And then 1 year, you know, he was selling a few of his cars to get another car, and he said he's selling his all-track, and I've already seen it. So I said, you know, how much you want for it? I want it. Right. And I just bought it for it.
So you mentioned cars teal, like you guys saw. What is it, this attachment to this color? Because you have a few other cars that have been a similar color.
Yeah, I have had a lot of cars that are like blue, shades of blue. Yeah. If you count teal as shade of blue. Yeah, so I've always, I don't know why, I sort of started with my first MR2, which was a light blue color. Yeah. A rare color. And from then on, I just kept buying, I just bought blue cars.
Okay.
So
and this is not, I mean, the factory color is not teal. What is it?
It's turquoise pearl.
Okay.
Turquoise color. Yeah. So, it's a kind of a teal color, which, you know, in the early 90s, this was actually a kind of a fad. It's a faddish color.
Right. Because your newest car is an MR2 that's a rare color too.
It's a two-tone. Yeah, it's a two-tone. They call it Sherwood. Yeah. It's a dark jade green metallic and a beige color. So,
okay.
But that one just luck had me get that car. Yeah. And then I don't know if you know about it, but yeah, I wrecked the first one. I got rear-ended. Right. And then I bought another car with the exact same color same year. Okay. Which is very hard to find. So.
Okay. And you're not like some of us where you're just a Toyota man. You like a variety of things.
I've like I said, I told Josh, my first car that I learned to drive in was my dad's Buick, Buick Regal. So you can say I definitely learned how to drive a rear-wheel drive car in ice and snow. Yeah. That car, having the back end snap out at you. Right. Like 16. Yeah, it's kind of scary, but you do learn. I think my first Toyota that I got was an MR2 in 2000. Yeah. And then I just had, you know, then I bought this actually I had a ST165. Okay. 88 all-track before I bought this one, actually.
What color was that one?
Black one. Okay. And I had that for like maybe a year. I didn't have it very, very long. Yeah. So that was my second one that I bought, and then I bought this, and then I actually had a Privia that I bought, and then
a Privia all-track.
Yeah.
No, that's a rare all-track.
Supercharged.
Yeah.
So I had that one, and then and I had a second-gen MR2 as well.
Okay. Wow.
And then I bought a Lotus.
Yeah, and that's sort of a Toyota.
Had a Toyota engine, so
that's definitely a cool car. I'd love to have one of those for a track car.
Mustangs with this color, you see. Yeah. Other cars with this color as well. So
and this particular shade, especially with the wheels you've chosen,
right? The gold C28s.
They seem to go really well. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy about the wheels. Sort of came up another. It's actually a 7th-gen Celica guy that I knew who used to autocross his car. He had it on his car. Okay. He said he was selling it. I said, yeah, those fit my Celica too. Yeah. I bought it. So the Feminist, it's not perfect, but they're very light wheels, and that's what I want.
Right. Actually, after seeing them on your car, I'd like to find a set. They're just not usually affordable.
Yeah. Right. And they're actually very hard to find too.
Yeah.
So because they have to be special ordered and whatnot. Right. So, but yeah, they're truly very light wheel forged wheels. I'm very happy with the way they turned out. Okay.
So you've had some racing experience with this car. How did you sort of feel? You took this out stock, right?
Yeah. When I bought it, it was pretty much stock without minus the wheels, which I sold right away because they were kind of. I thought they were kind of ugly, but they were very heavy. Right. So yeah, I bought it fully stock, and what I do with all my cars when I just buy it is I always take it to autocross first. Yeah. I feel like that's the easiest and best way to really know the limits of the car, and also just like where it is. Right. And how it drives. Okay. Without my advice to a lot of car guys as well is like when you set goals that are so lofty, sometimes it's hard to attain it, so you actually don't get there.
Right,
you
right.
sort of give up halfway and then you sell your car and that's it. So for me, I actually planned it on stages. And it's also because I have limited time and space.
Right.
So I said, you know, like this winter I'm just gonna do the front suspension of the car. And I did the front. And then that way I can also drive the car right in between and test it out. That's what I did. I just did it in stages.
Okay.
And then once everything was complete, I took it back out to autocross and the car just drove really well. Just I was very happy with the way.
So how did this car compare with, like, say your BMW or whatever?
Yeah. Actually, that's funny. That's a good question because when I set up this car, I noticed that when I first drove it, it had a lot of similarities with like a rear-wheel drive car like my E46 BMW that I had. And surprisingly, after I set it all up, it drove very, very similar. There's obviously at the limit, there's slight differences.
Yeah.
But like for example, on the street and just spirited driving, they drive very similar, which I was very happy about.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
the main difference between this is an all-wheel drive car, and that was a rear-wheel drive car. So at the limit, for example, like on a corner. An all-wheel drive car, like you go into the corner, it understeers a little bit. Mid-corner, you can actually get on the power much sooner.
Right.
And actually just direct yourself and go, which is kind of amazing.
Okay.
Whereas a rear-wheel drive car, you do like back end steps out, which you can still control, but it's not the fastest way.
Right. What about like long-term goals? As far as what you've done now and the way the car feels, what do you think would be your next steps, or maybe steps down the road? Yeah.
So basically, I've got this car. It's fairly reliable. And it's got basically all the basic stuff that I wanted to it. I don't really have any big power goals and stuff like that for it. The only thing power-wise I've done to this car is I put a boost controller on it. So I have two settings. I have a 12 psi for street and 16 for track.
Another bump.
And that's the only thing I've done really. I'm exhaust. I have an HKS Sport exhaust and a downpipe.
And you like the Conies that you have in there, right?
Yeah. On the street, it's really nice, and on the track I can turn it up and actually, it drives nice. So I had a set of teen coilovers that I didn't really like. So it was like way too harsh on the street. Right. And on the track, it didn't behave the way I wanted either. So
yeah, it's not always about what it is, but how it feels to you. And
when your driving style, everybody has different driving styles.
Exactly.
So so you really have to just try it out again.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the car sounds and looks good. I really like the little gauge stuff that you've done. That's really cool. I'm gonna probably copy that someday down the road. Actually,
I have to give credit. This actually is not my idea.
Okay.
Actually. So the credit goes to Carrie and Joe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They've done it to their car.
Yeah.
And I saw them do it, and I was like, oh, I want to try to do that.
Yeah.
So my goal now is just keep there's always a lot of maintenance stuff, even for a car that this is 73,000 miles. It's not that many miles and stuff, but it doesn't like to sit, and there's always a lot of maintenance stuff that you always have to do. So for me, it's just like chasing little things here and there, but nothing really big planned for it. Just keep driving and keeping it. So
okay, cool. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do this with me, Mike, and I'm glad you're part of the community.
Thank you.
So anyway, you guys, make sure you stay tuned for more interviews and more stuff coming up, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.